So I'm filming this the same day it's meant to be uploaded. Well, actually, this video was meant to be uploaded yesterday because it's currently Tuesday, but I forgot. And now I don't have like horrible lighting, and this video is going to be really rushed and bad, so enjoy. This week's theme is Storytime week, and I've been really cut up on what Storytime to do. I didn't know if I wanted to do my stalker story or a paranormal story, or just like one about, you know, shit. But everyone told me to do the one about my stalker, so yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so when I was 12 or 13, I started dating someone that was much older than me. Well, not like, it wasn't like he was like 30 or something, but like he was 17 and then 18 at the time, so you know, that's a bit how you going. But yeah, I met him through my friend, who we're gonna call A. She was talking to him at the time as well, and she's only a month older than me. So they were talking, and we went, I don't know if like every country has this or whatever, but we went to our school sports carnival, which is like just a day out of school where you have to compete in different sports and all that shit, you know. And then he came to watch, which is kind of like weird, but you know, whatever. Whatever floats your boat. The backstory isn't super important. Let's just know he was 18, I was like 12, 13 at the time. And yeah, that's a bit not okay, but let's continue. So we started dating after that, which caused a lot of drama between A and I. So she then decided it'd be a great idea to start like writing things on Facebook, which ended up getting him in a lot of trouble. And then I wasn't allowed to see him after that. But did that stop him? No, it didn't stop him at all. Not one little fucking bit. He would constantly message me, and I guess this is just like, at the moment, it's just sounding like a psycho ex. Like, I mean, I'm a psycho ex, but like, he took it like a lot of steps too far. I'm just like, you know, annoying. Anyway, he would constantly message me, call me. He would abuse the shit out of me. Like, that boy did not know when to stop with the insults. He had the most disgusting mouth I've ever heard in my fucking life. It got to the point where I had to change my number 3 times because somehow he always found out my number. But it didn't stop there. If I weren't messaging him, or if he couldn't get in contact with me, he would message my friends and my family, and then he wouldn't leave them the fuck alone either until he could get a hold of me, which just caused a drift between me and my friends and my family because no one wanted to hear from this guy. It gets so much worse from here. So then he would wait for me outside of school, like, because he was like 18, 17 at the time. He had his like provisionals, so he could drive around whenever he wanted. So whenever he wanted to go out, he would just wait for me in the school parking lot, like, okay, okay, if you think so. The way it was set up, like my school, was there was a long street coming up from the highway up to a roundabout, and then it was the street my school was on. Then after the roundabout, there was a car park, and then behind the car, like, you know, in front of the car park, there was like the school oval. And then next to that was like the bus bay, and where you would actually walk into the school, and like the school halls, and our first like school block with like English classrooms in it and stuff. And so I couldn't even like get the bus without him seeing me because the car park was literally like right next to it. And so I had to like wait every day until the buses were gone and he was gone, because I'm gonna guess he just assumed I wasn't at school or something, and walk home. And that's like a solid like hour walk. Like, no thank you, no thank you. I'm trying to film this as quick as possible. This is probably gonna be the shittiest story time you're ever gonna hear, I'm sorry. But okay, after that, it kind of got to the point where I was like, this kid's a bit fucking like not there in the head. Like, he's just not all there, obviously. Like, what 18-year-old wants to be with a 12-year-old like that? I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking. But yeah. But then we got back together because I'm Paige, and I give one too many chances to everyone. Hi. After we got back together, my family found out that we were together, and so did his, and the police ended up getting involved. So this is like still a whole thing. I've caught with him in a week on the 10th of July. And yeah, so the police got involved. We weren't allowed to see each other anymore, and AVO was put into place because of the age difference and like other things that happened that I can't like really go into detail about until this whole court thing's finished. So I'm probably going to put like an update video after, because there's still so much more to the story that I really want to say, but I can't, and it's so fucking frustrating. And no, it's not over. Like, you think an AVO and like the police getting involved would stop you from talking to someone, but no. He kept fucking going. Like, nothing stopped this kid at all. It's bad. After that, he still tried to talk to me for months, and then it all just stopped. He didn't try to contact me again for, I'd say, like 2.5 months. And then this is so typical of an Australian boy, but he had his status up for like lifts for money, so he'll drive you around if you give him money for petrol. And I put one up because I was stuck near somewhere I kind of live, but I needed a lift home, so he came to get me, and he was out on bail at this point. I forgot to mention that he was out on bail. And he came to pick me up. I got in the car, everything was fine, and then we started driving up the road, and his whole demeanor changed. He like, I don't even want to think about it. He just went like completely silent. He started driving really fast. And then he looked at me and he was like, "Why did you do this to me?" I was like, fuck. What have I done to myself, really? And then he pulled out his bail papers from like the thing in the door, I don't know what it is, and he was like waving it around. He was like, "Why did you do this to me? Like, you're a fucking bitch. I did nothing to deserve this. I did nothing wrong. This is your fault. You ruined my life." I was just like, what the fuck? I'm like 13 at this point. I was like, what the fuck? Like, 1 + 1 = 2. Like, shouldn't you fucking know that like a 13 and 18-year-old shouldn't be together? Like, don't put this on me. I'm like a child. You're an adult, please. Like, are you okay? Then this cunt, oh, he reached into the back seat and pulled out a hunting knife. I fucking nearly pissed myself then and there. I was like, no, I'm going to die. He's going to murder me. I'm 13. I haven't lived yet. Like, no thank you. Lord Jesus, save me. So my sneaky ass was texting my friend. I had like my phone like down this side of the seat, and I was just like, fucking help me. So she called the police, obviously. They were on the phone for ages because he kept looking at me. I wasn't about to pull my phone out and be like, "Hey, sorry, the police are about to pull you over." I'm like, "Hi." No. After about 15 minutes, 20 minutes of driving, we finally fucking finally got pulled over, and obviously he got arrested. His car was searched and they found the knife and they took it with them. I had to go back to the police station as well to write a statement, and then because the situation was like already like a police matter, like there was already an AVO put in place, there was like other things again that I can't like mention right now, and so I had to wait for someone from like a child abuse kind of thing. I don't know the name for it. I don't even think I'm allowed to say it anyway, even if I did know it. But yeah, so I had to wait for one of those like detective people to come. They came. They took the jeans I was wearing because he had put his hands on my jeans and they needed it for like evidence or whatever. And yeah, so I wrote like 3 different statements. I had to also do a video statement, and then he was released that night again, I'm pretty sure, on bail again. And then I went home, went about my life, and then a month fucking later, this cunt tries to break in to my house. He literally tried to break in to my fucking house. Like, what the fuck? So then we called the police about that. My phone ended up getting taken off me for a year because he kept trying to message me again, and the police needed it for like evidence, but then they like didn't give it back for ages. Also forgot to mention this, he was at uni studying to be a nurse, and he was working in like the hospital about like half an hour away from me. And one night I had to go in there for like personal reasons, but I can't remember any of this, but I know he came in because I was in there because of him. He came in, and my family was there, and because he was a nurse, he was like, you know, you guys can leave, like I can take care of her, like she'll be fine with me, like bye, leave, bye. But yeah, obviously that didn't happen. He got escorted out of the hospital, and then he lost his job because he was placed on the child sex offenders list. And yeah, this whole thing is still ongoing. I'm still having to go to court for it. I'm actually in the middle of writing a victim's impact statement for it. But yeah, that's it for this story time. I wish I could tell stories better, and I wish I could have more like information. I was allowed to tell you guys more things, but currently I cannot. But if we do have another story time week in the near future and this whole thing's over, then I will definitely update all of you anyway. So yeah, but yeah, that's it for this story time. Make sure to subscribe and, you know, watch the other girls' videos too. Don't forget to do that. And yeah, I'll see you guys next Monday.